Hey buddy, and this is 54 New Star, and we're here with part 2 of Grotto. So today we're going to be working on the information sheets, the parts that tell us the information that's going to actually go on and happen. And then we're also going to go and deal with some parts of the actual video game. So we're not actually going into gameplay, but what we are going to do is go into some of the level making of it. Okay, so I'm going to add another layout. So we're going to click right on layouts, add layout, and add event sheet. So we always want to add an event sheet. And if you're new to Construct 2, the way how you pull up a old save file is either by clicking on it, or it's going to be right here on your file and recent projects. Okay, so I'm going to import a new item or a new background. So this time it's going to be a sprite, and we're going to import that desktop, and it's going to be the escape pack. Actually, no, it's going to be the background pack. So there we go. And actually, at this point, in order to save some form of memory, or to actually show you guys some of that, is I'm going to insert new object, insert tiled background. Now, tiled background uses less memory than your standard sprite, because your sprite has to define physics and everything. A background just stays in the background. It's just a colored sheet, so it just renders it as that, and you're good to go. Okay, so what we're now going to do is insert sprite, open it, and we're going to do a ship. So we're going to import a spaceship. And we're going to place that somewhere. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to insert a info text box. So what that actually means is that we're going to have the actual character on the screen. So we're going to open up that, and I want to zoom in, and then I just want to erase, actually I just want to select a certain character. So I like this character because it actually looks like he's, I'm going to do some work or something. I'm here for the mission. So I'm going to copy that, select all of it, delete it, paste in a new one, and then I'm going to hit crop transparent edges so it goes only onto that dude. And then we see this guy, and then I'm actually going to size him up. So it's 12 by 16, and I'm going to say 40 by 42. And that's really blurred out. So what do we do? One moment. Alright, so he's like really blurred out. And one way we can fix that is view, downscaling. We actually want high quality, but we can do medium. Linear. One of these, it actually has an option for us to tell the pixel ratio around it and everything. Okay, but we'll do this right now. I want a insert new object. So as soon as we actually entered this scene, we're gonna actually add an effect to this guy. So we're gonna add some physics effects, but I actually want to insert a text box at this moment. So we're gonna enter a text. And we're going to, let's see, text is going to be player because I'll name them layer. What should he do? Because the objective at this point is to collect stuff, because it's a 2D side-scrolling game. The reason why he's collecting stuff is that his ship is broken. There has to be a reason for why his ship is broken. At this point, it's perfectly fine and okay. So that means either he has to get shot down, or something goes wrong with his ship. Oh, I know a perfect storyline. So player, I'm gonna say start command come in. Okay, so we're gonna set that, and we're gonna set the text to white, but I'm also going to set the font to be kind of goofy. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, so the player says start command, come in. And then what I'll do is I'll just place him next to his, we call it, his text. And at this point, we need a button to press to then actuate next event. So we're going to go to event sheet 3, but we actually need to name all this stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to do this as player ship. This is going to be player message, and then it says regular text. So we can leave that as is. So we have our stuff named. Now we're going to go into the event sheet, and we're going to say, okay, on load, so on start of layout, we're going to set this text as visible. I don't want it to be visible in the first place. So we're going to set this be set visible. Done. So initially it's actually invisible. So I'm going to set this as actually opacity. I want to set the opacity. Kind of get those mixed up. So set opacity to be 0. Done. Actually unstart. Yeah. Wait a minute. To be la 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 la. Add event system. Okay, so on start of layout, it's set to 0 opacity. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to wait 8 seconds, and then I'm going to set this as opacity to be. Now I want the. Okay, I'm gonna just copy and paste this. And set opacity to be opacity to 1,000, no, to 100. All right. So we're gonna run layout. Just gonna wait 8 seconds. And then player start command come in. So let's see, at this point I want to actually add some physics right now, some particles. So not physics but particles. Let's see, and hold on a second. Alright, so I had to get a sprite for the particle effect. Go to my desktop, and I'm going to pull it from here. Now you can't see them. No, you can. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select one of them. Copy. Then I'm going to select all of them, delete them, paste a new one, and then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to crop transparencies. There we go. I'm now going to rotate it around. I'm going to size it down. Well, I'm going to size the sprite down. So the size is 32, so I'm now going to go down to 16. And I'm now going to go down to 4. Let's do 16. Engine's right there. Speed 200, continuous rate, everything looks good. Let's see. Effect. So I'm going to actually pixelate it. Pixelate. And then I want to set the rate of the pixelation. So pixelate set at 16 by 16. I want to set to 4 by 4. So it still looks pixelated, but it's all nice. And then I want to set another effect. Color. So I want to just adjust the color. So we're going to set the brightness of it, saturation down to 50, and I'm going to play with it, see if it's exactly what I want. Okay, it's not too bad. And we're going to set the size up back up to 32. And then we'll see how that goes. And I may slow down the speed. Okay, yeah, so it's pretty good. Cone though, I want to move it down to 40, so it's more like an actual like rocket or something like that. There we go. Now we're good. Okay. Now what I want to do is color this thing. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to open it up and then color it something. I'm going to go with an orange. So tolerance is going to go straight up. And it looks like I'll have to use an outside editor for this. Okay, I'll do that in the next one. But what you do is you can go into like GIMP or Paint.net and just click on hue and saturate it to a different color. So this is actually going to be like an orange or a red or something like that. So there we go. Player, start command, come in. And then now what I'm going to do is add event, touch the screen. So we're going to actually touch like on any touch, we're going to change the text. So we're going to do text, if I can spell correctly, set text, been hit with a pulse wave with a EMP. ship is going down. Roger. So yeah, I know this story is like really, really bad, and we'll probably fix it later. But right now this works. Okay, so we have nothing going on, just a ship with particle effects and a little dude. I'm gonna add a little bubble around him. Player, star command, come in. I've been hit with an EMP. My ship. No, I have to fix this. Make this a little bit larger. What I'm also going to do in the next video, is include a actual like text box, so there's a difference between, hey, this is the actual game and this is like a GUI interface. Okay, the ship again. I may shorten it down from 8 seconds down to like 4. Player start command, come in. I've been hit with an EMP, my ship is going down, roger. And then we're going to do that again on any touch, blah, blah, blah. And then at this point, I'm going to say wait. 2 seconds, done. Text. Set text. Do you, Roger? Exclamation mark, question mark, done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set, I'm going to do it another wait. So at this point we're going to wait 4 seconds. I'm also going to edit the other one, so it's 4 seconds too. And then we're going to fade into new scene. Go to layout. So we're going to need another layout. So let's create another one. So we go up to project. We're going to do, let's see, click right, layouts, add layout, add event sheet. Yes. All right. So after waiting 4 seconds, we are going to go to a new layout. Go to layout, and it's going to be called layout 4. So, okay. So let's go out to layout 1, and let's play this. So we're introing into the game engine. So welcome to Construct 2. And then we wait a bit, and then we fade out. I may quicken that a bit, or allow you to space through it. Okay, Grotto, play, exit. With a nice little, it's actually a pretty decent background. So we're going to hit play. Of course it doesn't do anything because we need to actually script that into it. So I hit 2, tiles, main menu, background, effect, tiles outside. Okay, so we actually don't need that anymore. Don't need that, add event. Let's see. GUI controls. If I can spell. It's late. Add event. On touch is touching object. What is it touching? Play. Done. Go to layout. So we're going to say layout. Go to layout. It's going to be layout 2. No, layout 3. It's going to be layout 3. Done. Alright, so if we go to layout 1, actually I'm going to skip straight to layout 2. So we're going to run that. Actually, X off that. You also right click layouts and say run layout. Okay, so we hit play, we hit straight to this scene, we wait 4 seconds, player, start command, come in. I've been hit with an EMP, my ship is... So that was way too fast. So we actually need to go back to layout 3, event sheet, and instead of waiting 4 seconds, or 2 seconds, I'm going to wait 6 seconds and run that layout. Player, start command, come in. Click. I've been hit with an EMP. My ship is going down, Roger. Do you, Roger? And then, boom, to next scene. Okay, so it's still not perfect, but at this point we're just trying to make sure everything works properly. Okay, so we're going to go to layout 4, insert new object. We're going to insert tile map. Now this is actually pretty awesome. I do love the tile maps. So we're going to go to space background pack. No, it's going to be Grotto Escape Pack. So it's going to be Grotto Escape Pack, graphics, and then tiles. Okay. So I'm actually going to shrink this all the way down to only what we can see. Okay, so our, as you can see right here, over in the, right below the projects, there is a tile map, a UID, and it has all these little buttons, and our selector is pretty huge. So we're going to go over to the properties. So we go over right, where it says properties, and under the where it says object type, common, instant variables, behaviors, effects, container, properties. We want this properties. We're going to set this to, let's see, 8 by 8. Okay, there we go. So let's see, and let's build ourselves a base layer. And this is going to be more or less his crash site. So it's going to be, where am I? You know, what do I need? Blah blah, all that good information. Okay, and I now need to make this area a little bit bigger, so I can then paste all of this in. Okay, now I need to select a smaller form of this. Okay, there we go. Add some blending, and here we go. We have our base set. Just add some like basic flowers. Now what I'm going to also do is I'm also going to import this tile background again, because this, it's just this base color, and I'm going to insert that as a background. So move to layer, Z order, it's in the bottom of the background. Okay, and now I'm going to add some blocks. I think I'll create a teleporter. So this is going to be a building that is off camera or off scene. Okay, let's see. And then I'm going to add a solid effect so that it's like everything here has a solid mass. Okay, and we'll just add some little tiny blocks in between these spaces. Some nice little blending. You know, nothing like too nice right now. Again, I'm going to edit all this probably later. But that's pretty nice. Do some columns. Okay. Okay, so we have that done. Now I'm just going to shrink this back down over here. And I'm now going to create the effect. Well, sorry, not effect. Cancel. X off that. We want a behavior of solid. So if I were to actually import my character in here, so it's going to be sprite, open. Let's open up this guy. So I'm just going to go with your, for our basic set right now, it's going to be Mr. Serious again. And then I will create the full walking thing, walking animation, everything a little bit later. So this guy's going to be a platformer, so it's going to be add, brand layout, boom. Okay, but he's like ultra tiny. So I may enlarge him just a wee bit. So it's 13 by 15. 20 by 22. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better, yeah. So there's going to be a portal right over here, or some sort of off, you know, you walk over here and suddenly you're in a new area where you have to collect parts for your ship. So he's going to have like a little scanner and say, oh, my parts are scattered all across this ancient facility. I have to collect them, and then voila. So that's going to be it for this part of this tutorial. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I want to actually add some like liquid water, so when the guy jumps into the water, it will actually like cause some sort of like wave effect or something like that. So I want to actually try that next. I'm going to try whole bunch of backgrounds and everything. So like forest background, tropical backgrounds, and some enemies, definitely some enemies. Like he's going to face off pretty soon. Probably in the next tutorial, we're just going to go straight into enemies after we deal with walking effects. So in the next tutorial, straight off the bat, we're going to deal with him walking around, being able to do his shooting, his collecting his items, doing some sort of text, and being able to scan stuff and all that stuff. So I know this tutorial was a bit longer. It's almost like 30 minutes. But hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully it was long enough to where you were able to see step-by-step stuff. Again, if you would like to see certain stuff, just request it down below, or tweet me, or however you want to send me a message. Also, you can email me. That'll probably be the fastest thing, because I have an email set up just for this like specific tutorial request. Just message me down below. Remember to like and subscribe only if you want to see more content. Also, it helps the channel out and allowing me to actually get more stuff done and everything. A video about that quite soon. But I will see you guys later, and you enjoy making your video games.